Hi, welcome to Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, November 18th. I'm Rick Boyer, the pastor of Prospect Presbyterian Church, and Take a Break, Take a Breath is an invitation for you to pause in your day, to stop all of the anxious movements and things that keep us busy, to stop working our way down the list of to-dos for just a moment and to be calm and centered in the presence of God. Each Take a Break, Take a Breath time, we look at a different psalm, and for today we're looking at Psalm 77. Psalm 77 divides clearly into two sections. In verses 1 to 10, the psalmist barely addresses God. It is clearly the psalm of someone who is depressed and in despair. And then there's this dramatic shift from verse 11 to 20. And in that dramatic shift, the psalmist is crying out to God and begins to speak to God. It's suggested by some scholars, including Walter Brueggemann, that this psalm really lifts up the importance of communal remembrance, and that's what turns. The psalmist is remembering in the second half of the psalm. That said, for today, given where we are in our world and in our time, I thought I'd take something from the first half of the psalm for us to think about. Will the Lord spurn forever and never again be favorable? Has God's steadfast love ceased forever? Are God's promises at an end for all time? These words of the psalmist are a reminder that even for those of us who are faithful, there are days when it seems like God is gone, and that a part of our conversation with God is to put it out there, to just say it, and to depend on the faith of the community to bring us back as we're surrounded in community in our despair. In these days, connecting with live stream worship and with other things that bring us together are opportunities and ways for us to move from despair to hope. So I invite you to go to a place in your house where you can close the door and be quiet for a moment, where you sit down in a chair and close your eyes. Put both feet on the floor. Feel the support of the floor. Feel the support of the chair on the back of your legs and your back and under your arms. Feel the comfort that comes from being supported by that chair, just as you are supported by the community of faith. Take some deep breaths, and as you breathe in the calm and peace and hope of God. And as you breathe out your anxiety. Breathe out all that gives you pause. Breathe out your despair. Breathe out what doesn't give you life. Continue breathing. Breathe in the breath of life. Breathe out all that does not bring life. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now imagine that God's presence comes to you as light. Light that shines in the darkness of your life. Light that shines on every corner, every inch, every cell of who you are. Let the light fall on your feet. Feel the warmth of God's light as it shines on your feet that once were hidden in darkness. And let the light move up your legs and the shadows flee away. And as the light falls on your calves and your knees and your thighs and your hips, it brings warmth and calm, and it releases the tensions and the cramps. Let the light fall on your stomach and your chest. And let the warmth of that light calm the churning in your stomach. Let the light fall on your back and melt away the tension and anxiety that's in your back. Let the light fall on your shoulders and your arms and your hands. And let the anxiety and the tensions in your shoulders and your arms and your hands relax. Let the light shine on your face. While once you may have been in darkness, now you are in the light of God. Imagine that you are in this time, well, create an image for yourself of you in your bed at night. It's a tough night, you can't sleep. You roll back and forth and back and forth. And then a calm comes over you as you recognize that the Spirit of God is with you. That God is there to listen to all of your anxieties, to listen to all of your fears. Will you, oh God, spurn forever? Will you, oh God, never again be favorable? God, has your steadfast love ceased forever? Are your promises at an end for all time? Lay out before God in this moment, as you are on the bed, all that brings you sadness and worry and fear. And recall all the times that God has come to you in those moments. I'll be quiet while you allow God's Spirit to move and to have a conversation with you in this moment. And then the time where you feel the Spirit's presence is coming to an end, and you know it because you can feel the Spirit moving away now, not as strong, but you know the Spirit comes and will come to you again. And you allow that image to fade away as you think about all of the things God has done for you and for the people of God. And you bring yourself back to the room where you are. And when you are ready, you open your eyes. Well, that's Take a Break, Take a Breath for Friday, September 18th. If you need someone to talk or pray with, or you want to send me feedback, send it to rick@prospectchurch.org.